Guys, welcome to the channel. I am Sonia and the channel is Sonia's Adventure. Thank you so much for being here. Please go ahead and tell somebody else to come and join the channel. We're doing big things over here. Guys, this story that I share with this Jamaican lady about 2 days ago, going through her hardship, living here in America as a single woman. It is very touching. It is very serious. Many persons are experiencing the same thing, but they are too ashamed to come out and speak about it. Because what? This is a first world country, and we come here hoping that what we experience back home as an immigrant, our life would have been improved by coming here and working very hard. But the thing is, if you have no cushion, and when I say cushion, I mean you have no husband. As a woman, you have no husband. Or as a man, you don't have a wife, you don't have a partner, you don't have families, you don't have friends, you don't have anyone that you can share the rent or the mortgage with. You can share the expense of food, utilities. She spoke about garbage collection. She spoke about maintaining herself. And even washing your clothes at the laundromat is very, very expensive. You're talking about transportation. So many things. And don't even talk about eating out. We're talking about just cooking food at home. And just think of the other many things, the miscellaneous things that you have to spend on a daily basis. Your miscellaneous expenses on a daily basis. I've seen people when I just came here and I was so surprised, riding some little old bicycle, going back and forth from work. I said, this is a first world country. I thought we only experienced this in the Caribbean, so-called third world country. People who couldn't find food at home to eat, they would have to eat where they work, like if it's a restaurant, a supermarket. Okay, people would have to stand up outside when it's very cold winter time to get bus, public transportation to go back and forth from work. They didn't drive, couldn't afford to buy a little car, even if it is $1,000 from what they are earning to take them around. They couldn't afford to. They can't save. There is no savings for you, because what you're working is minimum wages, and the bills come first. You're here, you're repeating clothes. In the Caribbean, I know for Jamaica for sure, people would take it to be a show-off thing, to say they don't repeat clothes. And clothes is cheap in America, and people would be repeating clothes, repeating footwear, having to wear a cap or to tie up the head, tie the head to cover the hair, or you would have to prepare to do your hair yourself as a woman. And this is a first world country that you migrate to for the better. Guys, that is why a lot of times when people ask about the living conditions here in America, when they inquire of me as a Jamaican when I go back home, who is living here legally in America, I cut the argument short. I tell them, get a visa and come, and you will see the realities for yourself. Because if you point out to them that it can be a struggling experience economically here, they will not believe. Because they said, if it is so hard there, then why are you still there? Why you don't come back home? That is the yardstick they use to judge what is happening here in America. Her experience is very real, very, very real. I've seen people standing at the bus stop, as I've said before, in winter time, waiting for bus to go home. And the buses are so unreliable. It's a struggle. They are here and they are feeling sick. And the bills, the hospital bills have piled up. People who can't find food to eat, they have to find the pantry. And some of the times, the food they get there is not food that they are even used to eating. But they have to cut their hand and make fashion in this first world country. They have to go to the thrift store to find cheap clothing and footwear. They have to buy second-hand furniture to furnish their little apartment, or even if they have a little vehicle. Sometimes they can't find gas to put in it. They'll be calling you. Sometimes, can you give me an early draw out of the partner? Because we have a thing in Jamaica where we pull our monies together, and sometimes we call it a partner. We hand it out weekly, fortnightly, and for the higher ups, they do it monthly, and sometimes they call you before it is time for them to get their money. They're calling you. Oh, I can't pay my rent this month. Can you squeeze me in the next 2 weeks, or this week, or next week, because my rent is due and I have to pay it. I have a car payment. I don't have no food in my house. A lot goes on here. A lot of hardship is in this country. People can't find their way out because they are struggling all by themselves. All by themselves. One hand can't clap in this country if you're not well educated and you have a good job. Sometimes you're doing 2 and 3 jobs and you can't spend the money on yourself. It is to pay your bills. And sometimes you might be able to just put away a little bit. Or if you're Caribbean people, we save by throwing a partner, and I know about partner. I grew up with it. I've been a banker for partner a lot of times, and people come to me with their stories why they want an early draw. The time when you plan with them for them to get the draw, they come to you before that, and you have to ask the person who's supposed to get this week or get next week or get the next 2 weeks. Can you hold off? I have an emergency. And a good person, if they don't have any real plans for it, they said, okay. And that's how you help out people. Sometimes that is how they can find their way through. So people see people come here in America. And because a lot of Jamaicans go back to Jamaica, and I am Jamaican, so I'm speaking from the point of view as a Jamaican. I'm speaking from the experiences here as a Jamaican. They go back to Jamaica and they're wearing the most name brand. They're driving the most expensive rentals. They go in here, they're flossing here and there when they go back home, showing off. And they know they can't afford it because a lot of times they take out credit card and run up the credit card bills just to go back home to show off on people that they know that they live in big in America. And nothing could be further from the truth, because when they come back here, they have to take on extra hours of work to pay the credit card bill. It's not their real money they're going back there to spend. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by what you see on the media about America. But a lot of times we are afraid to tell people the truth because you're afraid of being labeled a bad-minded person. When I go back home, I'm not showing off for nobody, even if I am here. I am not living above my means. I have never done it. I have never done it. Because my reality is not in my head. I'm living it on the ground. I believe in living my life true. My life is built on saying the truth, reflecting the truth. No fabrication of my lifestyle. When I go home, I'm not walking around in Gucci this, apple bottom this, and what you call it, Ian's and fruit of the loom, and your guests from head to toe, and your Louis Vuitton, and your Donna Karan to show off on people. I don't have nobody that I am showing off on. I am comfortable with living my life in truthfulness. When I go back home, if you don't know me, you don't know that I live in America. Because you're not going to hear it in the way I speak, and you're not going to see it in the way I dress. You know, my son, my older son is just like me. He went to the market one time to get something, and he dressed though. Just a simple white t-shirt and some shorts and a little pair of slippers or tennis shoes or whatever. And he was bargaining the price of whatever he was buying. I think it was Ground Profession. And the lady said, "Me know you're a foreigner, you know. Me know you're a foreigner." Him say, "How you know me a foreigner?" The lady said, "Me smell you." The Jamaican market woman said, "Me smell you." Guys, that woman say, America is not a bed of roses. I would tell people all the time, don't be fooled by what you see on the media. That woman says she's in America living like a dog. And a lot of people are struggling. That's why I tell you, sometimes when you see people go back home and you see they are able to build a little house, nothing elaborate, just something that is comfortable enough to accommodate them. And they have a little vehicle driving. And they can find their own food and find their own doctor bill. Don't envy them. Don't grudge them. Don't bad mind them. Don't be covetous, because you don't know what people go through in these so-called first world country, America, Europe, Canada. As a matter of fact, Jamaicans are everywhere in this world because we are hustlers. We have our hustling ability. We mean to survive. When we leave our country, we leave for better. And that's why you see that woman crying like that, because she's a hustler. But she can't find her footing. And she know that if she go back home, and she don't go back home with nothing, the scorn, the shame, the embarrassment. That's why she says she not going back home unless she have a house. If she had a house, she would go back home. But how you go back home to your same condition what you're coming from? How you going back home to the same condition that you're coming from? I wish that lady well. I wish her well. She have a little son and she says the son helping her that she can eat. I pray to God, my sister, find her way out. I pray to God somebody will see and I'm going to tag that video to this one, and I'm going to put her picture here. Guys, somebody can help her, because all of us at some point in our life, we need somebody to push her up, to push us up, to help us a little bit. All right. I hope to God she finds her way out, because that condition is rough. When you can't find food to eat and you're living in a first world country, if somebody don't help you out with a little money, it is bad. $2,400 per month right now is struggle wages. You can't survive on that in America. $2,400 a month. And you have to pay rent and buy food and take care of yourself and pay the utilities. Almighty God. Guys, I'll leave it right here. Until next time. Thanks for listening. Thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. I've had some new subscribers in recent time. I appreciate you all. I thank you for coming on board, and continue to support Sonia so this channel can grow bigger, and I can afford to, bring you better and better content. The content that I bring you, I'll be able to improve it as this channel progress. Come and join the channel, and let's all progress together. You support me, I support you. If you're a small content creator out there, that is. Thank you always for taking time out to come and watch my videos. I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, or if you're my returning subscribers, this is the channel to be. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Sonia signing out. Sonia saying, I love you much. Take care and be safe. And if you can do something good for someone today, please oblige. Mwah. Love you all.